Well, here we have an enigma wrapped in an anomaly. It's just really confusing because it appears to be Megatron, but it's definitely Optimus's head. Who could this really be? Well, this is actually a combination of two different things from two different sets. This is the jet that came with the Optimus Prime. I did review it a few days ago, or weeks ago, according to your timeline. Unless you remember, then you saw it a few days ago, or whenever you wanted to. All right, so you can plug in, see the holes in his back, him to this particular one. This is Optimus Prime's armor that you can add to Optimus Prime. And then it just folds over and it has Optimus Prime's head on top. It also turns into a jet, but it does not turn into its own robot. So I'll take the backpack off and we'll look at it independently first. So when you're transforming it back, this is pretty interesting. Watch, you gotta watch this carefully because it's not like you might think, oh, it's just you just gotta pop it up. Nope, it's I had it there for a second. It's kind of trying to remember how to do this. All right, so you turn the wings with it, and then it locks into place. You got a whole bunch of bottom kibble that's very easy to see. These are kind of like machine gun arms in the mech mode, I guess. It's kind of like a mech armor, and it just kind of stays there, I guess. There you go. So yeah, from the top it's a jet, from the bottom it's a mess. It really is, but it's for kids. I mean, it's really one of the more fun toys, and I enjoy it because I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I like having armors that pop onto it. Here you have a Megatron. Now, he came with a different one. There's his little feet. If you remember in the video, I talked about how these feet mean that it's trying to hold up something heavy. But the irony is, if it's trying to stabilize something, then why does it fold up? It should be folding, you know, if you're going to fall backwards, it's not going to really stop it. It's like, do you guys not have an engineering degree? Then why are you working for people? Anyway, we have a Megatron, and he is a fairly cool looking Megatron in my personal opinion. I think he's a nice looking one. I think this is a fairly expensive set for what you got. He is only 5 inches tall, and if you're not in America, he is not 5 inches tall. He is about 12 and a half inches tall, or centimeters tall, sorry. All right, so he has some fairly good articulation for a more, I keep wanting to call this Cyberverse, but I think it's actually RID, but yeah, that's so confusing because they kept changing the name of the, you know, the ones that are geared toward the children. But I'm telling you, this is fun. I like this. It's easy to put together. It's easy to mess with. All right, so on his head, it's just a swivel joint. He can swivel all the way around. If you want to do the Linda Blair thing. His arm is on a ball joint. For the longest time, I was like, is this? No, it's this. So this is how you have it in this mode. He doesn't get too much motion. He does have sort of a butterfly joint, but it's mostly for the, you know, if you want to have him put his hands together like he's holding one gun in it. Like, freeze, police! You know how the police will come busting through the door with the gun out, you know, in those movies. I'm not saying through your door. I'm not accusing you of anything crazy. They can freeze, police, like that. So he can do that. This goes into his hand of 5mm ports, which are all over him. That's why I like him so much. He reminds me of the Micronauts. He's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because you can actually put them back there as well. And I guess if you count the hands, that's 9, 10 ports. I wish my computer had 10 USB ports on it. That'd be awesome. This thing right here is going to be used in the tank mode, but of course you can put it on his arm here. That's where I like it, or here if you like that. Or you can put it in the back, like, you know, he sometimes has it resting in the back on the cartoon. All right, so we have a joint that's a ball joint in the arm. It goes all the way up past 90 degrees. He's got nothing in the hands, but that's okay. Technically, I guess you can call that a swivel joint. You know how you have a bicep swivel, but it's just part of the ball joint. In his waist, he's got nothing. At his crotch, he has a hinge joint. So you can see the pins right there. It only goes out this far because of his hip skirt. As far as going all the way up, he can go up like he's going to sit down, maybe on his throne, and he can bend his knees at almost 90 degrees, but not quite there. Now, these little things in the back, like I said, they are used for the like the mech up suit. There's really, I don't remember a way to hide them in this mode. Optimus Prime has a better way of hiding them in the mode. They like go up in there and they get lost. It may be possible. Let me pull this apart. No, it prevents him from Yeah, it just keeps the knees from going back together, or the legs from going back together. All right, so let's transform into the tank mode. Let me get this back down a little bit. All right, so we got to bring the arms up because they become part of the, well, it's kind of hard to explain, but it becomes part of the, where the cannon goes. We might as well pull the cannon off while we're at it. Pull the legs apart like that. The weird thing is the feet don't go anywhere. So you got to pull it apart. I'm disorienting myself here. Doop, 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 doop. From the outside to the inside, like that. Then you're going to fold them all the way back over his entire body. And let's see if I can remember. Like, it's something you got to really... I remember it's not the best. It's not the prettiest, that's for sure. These things can go back up. Maybe I should get his tank and tank gun in the way. Oh boy. Okay, so I do remember it was not like, it doesn't look like a really good tank. I just can't remember exactly how does it go on there. Okay, hold on. Those knees, I gotta be careful because this is an older toy. It's been around for a while. I've had it for a long time. There's something to do with this going into this. Oh, you know what? I just missed the obvious. It plugs into that. I knew something went somewhere. All right, so on the bottom, that's just it. That's all you're gonna get. There's really nothing you can do. I really wish they'd have made this to where they did hold it back up well. It doesn't do it for either mode. So that's supposedly a tank. I don't know how. All right, we still gotta put the cannon, and I guess you can put it here or here. I like to put it between the arms, the hands. It gives it a little bit longer. There we go, a better range. But you can put it back farther right here. Those won't come together, I don't think. I think you could twist them to where those face each other. You can bring it back even farther. I like it like that. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really like a tank. So with the cheaper ones, you're going to have either a good-looking robot or a good-looking tank or good-looking alt mode. This is clearly the good-looking robot mode because this could pass for a tank in like video game world, but that's about it. So if you're looking to buy a really good tank, this isn't it. If you're looking to buy a pretty good Megatron, this is actually it. It's a good looking Megatron, I think, personally. Pop those out first. Pop the legs about. Looks like he's trying to do some kind of weird break dancing. I am break dancing until I'm broken. Yes, yes you are. And his arms look like they're all flailing, like, oh my gosh. All right, so yeah, that's just about it. So again, I think he looks great in the tank mode. If you look at close up, what we have right here is his symbol. I'm trying to see if he has any light piping, but unfortunately he does not. He has some very darkly, let me get the light behind me so I can get better light on the subject. He's got some red paint on his eyes. There's also red paint on his belly. They didn't put red paint right here. So this is where I have a little bit of a conundrum. Do I put the arm like this or that? Personally, I like it like that. It looks less gappish. There's some black painted on the front right here. On his hands are black, and the treads are painted black on the edges. Okay, he's got screws with the Phillips head. So the paint apps are pretty decent looking. And then the gun, which is the weirdest thing, it's printed, or it's molded in a gray plastic but printed in black. I have no clue what they're thinking. I'd have printed the whole thing in black. So I just don't get why you would waste that much paint on something like that and then say, well, we're trying to cut back and not paint too many details on them. Because if we wanted to look like the G1 Megatron, we'd have red right here and here as well. All right. But overall, I mean, I've nothing to complain about. This is the Megatron from this. This is the smaller Megatron. I was just trying to see size comparison because he's about 4 inches tall. He's 5 inches tall. So he's a really nice robot overall. I like him a lot. If you got this for your collection, let me know in the comments below. And again, this is not the jet that goes with him. It goes with Optimus Prime. But I've already put Optimus Prime away. It was a good Optimus Prime. I just don't have 1,000 acres of land.